Good evening, everyone. This speech is regarding the topic that we got in the class, and I have chosen to title it Extremism. And in a while, I'll explain why this is titled Extremism. So, to start with, we'll discuss what religion is. I think we all know from our daily lives what religion is, but I would like to reiterate that by definition, it's the socio-cultural system of expected behavior and practices or moral values one has to live with in a society. And when we talk of religion and society, so religion, it is a personal affair. It is the philosophy one chooses to follow for one's personal life, or at least ideally it is supposed to be so. However, over time, the religious beliefs permeated into the social norms, and in today's life, they get reflected in the customs and rituals of the society. Generally, the religion followed by the majority of society's members is getting reflected in the society. And once it got reflected into the society, from that point onwards, the religion stretched beyond personal boundaries and it got into the social system. So from that time onwards, it was no longer one's personal belief or one's personal thing. It became something which the society expected from you. And this is what led to how the society or the social structure today is. And now coming to the point of dogmatism, religion and how dogmatism is related to it. So religion is about one's own belief and having faith in those beliefs, and it's really personal to an individual. While dogmatism, it's blindly believing in the existence of only one right belief. So the idea of dogmatism fundamentally goes against the idea of religion in being something of a personal choice, an individual thing. So the phenomenon of dogmatism is more about believing that there's only one right system, one right set of moral values which everyone should and must follow, which is why people who are dogmatic about one belief system, they enforce or they want it to be enforced upon the others. So at that point, that set of belief system or moral values no longer remains one's personal choice. It is no longer believed to be a personal affair. Rather, it becomes something which everyone in the society must follow. So dogmatism is based on blind faith in one belief, while religion is faith in one's own belief. In a way, we can say that dogmatism is the extreme form of blind faith, which is blind. So it can be, I believe it can be said that dogmatism is the negative extreme of religion. This is what I believe is the relation between religion and dogmatism. Now we'll move forward and look at the relation between education and liberation. Well, ideally, education is the process of facilitated learning, and it is within a society, it's considered important for all the members of society to learn the ways of life, learn the norms of society, earn livelihood, and eventually help the society to grow and develop. It is considered necessary, but alone it's not sufficient. And in today's society, the basic purpose of education has shifted from learning towards monetary aspects. In present world, education is supposed to be a staircase to earning money, and that has become the sole purpose in today's times for secondary education. And we can see this ideology being reflected in the minds of students and parents and the educational institutions as well, because today we see that educational institutions also focus their syllabus and the content of their course majorly on what the industry needs the students to learn, rather than what the society needs the students to learn and the way the society needs its members to behave. Ideally, education should be for liberation, and what liberation here means is that one should be able to think critically. So education, the purpose of education should be free the mind instead of numbing it. And this idea of critically thinking can be imbibed within the students through conversations, through dialogue between the students and between students and teachers. This way, people will learn, the students will learn to learn from each other. And when a person is truly educated, she or he will reflect on the world she or he lives in. The person will start thinking about the system, the social structure, and whether it's right or wrong or how it should be. And this is where liberation comes in. This will make the person challenge the structure in the society that oppresses her or him and try to change it. So education and liberation is not something is one is given, but something one achieves through action and action. Hence, liberation can be thought of as the positive extreme of education. The educated minds become capable of critically thinking, and that is how liberation happens. Now, moving on. So, we have discussed the relationship between dogmatism and religion. Dogmatism happens to be the negative extreme of religion, while liberation happens to be the positive extreme of education. And this is how dogmatism is related to religion and liberation is related to education. So this is a concept of extremism, and that is why this has been titled extremism. And if we wish to relate both of these aspects, dogmatism and liberation, we can say that liberation of the minds will lead to rejection of religious dogma, because a liberated mind will be capable of thinking about the social structures, trying to change it, and accepting that religion is not social, should not be a social norm, rather a personal choice of an individual. And such minds, such liberated minds, will be more helpful in creating a developed and happier society. Thank you very much.